today's reading is going to be how do they view your connection. But before we start, can I just say thank you to everybody who has subscribed either in the past or recently, and anybody who has made any comments, and thank you very much. Right, we've got 3 piles. We've got pile number 1. No, I don't want to put that there. I'm going to put that one there. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So choose your pile and then we'll get started. How do they view this connection? Okay, let's get going. How do they view this connection? Okay. How do they view this connection? Oh, pack's upside down. Okay. So right at the beginning, how do they view this connection? I think that they see you as somebody who is quite a force to be reckoned with. You are somebody who's quite fiery, quite creative. You know what you want and you're not afraid of asking for it. You're somebody who's not afraid to assert themselves in situations. And I think you probably have a lot of people around you. You're probably very stable, very warm. You may possibly work in some sort of creative field, or you may be studying something creative, or you just may be that type of person who likes other people to join in situations. You could be quite a party goer. This is how they're viewing you. I'm not saying this is you, this is how they view you. There's quite a lot of fire energy here. They are coming across as being somebody very sort of a little bit more submissive than you, a little bit more timid, very sort of warm-hearted. Both of you come across as being very warm. They're coming across as being a little bit more laid back with their warmth, and a little bit slightly defensive, almost as if they're watching and waiting and not being totally upfront at the moment. I don't know if it's a new connection or not. We'll see as things go on. But you are coming across as somebody who enjoys company, somebody who's sociable. They may often see you in a group of people or with your friends. They may see you also within a, which sounds ridiculous, within a building, which I know sounds stupid, but you may just be situated whenever they see you. You could be just in a specific building, or you may work together. I haven't got any work cards yet. All I'm picking up is at the beginning, you are coming across as the stronger, more dominant character. Quite dramatic, quite fiery and very assertive, surrounded by people and not afraid to ask for what you want. I think from this so far, I don't know, it might change as I go on, but I wonder, there's quite a few scenarios here. Either there's some sort of a broad connection and there's almost like the watching and waiting game going on. So their thoughts about you are as if you aren't with them, or they are just watching and waiting for you, but there's a strong emotional connection there. There's like a strong bond there, and they feel a strong bond. logically they feel as if they want to be bound to you, if that makes sense, because we haven't touched feelings yet. But I'm wondering if there's a distance between you. Either you don't see each other very often, or you may work abroad, or they may work abroad. There's just some distance between you, and there's a lot of thinking, a lot of waiting. The only reason I say abroad is that you've got the World card here, and you've got the Three of Wands, where generally it's like an exciting part of the relationship where you both recognise, you've got the Lovers here, which is you both recognise the connection, but it's not really kicked off. You've both got it started, and you're just waiting to see what's going to come back once you've got the ball rolling. But the connection is there. They feel the connection. Logically, they feel connected to you. But I wonder whether there's a distance there. Oh my gosh, okay. Right, this person's feelings towards you, the last sort of description was their thoughts towards you. Their feelings are a lot stronger. The person sees you almost as a wish or a dream come true, but they've also mingled this. I wonder if there is distance. There's a lot of thinking going on, which has changed their feelings, if you know what I mean. There's a strong, almost sexual pull to you. I think this person fantasizes a lot about you, and I think the fantasies are probably quite sexual. The reason I'm saying this is you've got the Star card here. This is their feelings. And the Star card is often like wishes and dreams and fantasizing. There's distance again implied here. But and next week you've got the Devil card. And the Devil card is when you're bound by something. It's almost like a mortgage. It's almost could be kids. It's something where there's a responsibility, or you feel like it's just something you can't get away from. I don't mean that in a negative sense. But it's also like sex, money. There's some sort of, and I'm picking these two up together as being some sort of sexual fantasizing about you. And once again, I'm picking up this feeling like you possibly, both of you have started something off. This is how they're viewing it. And they just think that the ball has just started rolling and it's beginning to pick up momentum. Okay. I do think that you've got these cards here saying this person is fantasizing about you, and I do think it's sort of sexually based, but they've also got this seems to be almost tied together with a feeling like they can't actually make contact with you, or there's a lot of thinking and they can't move forward, as if they're throwing up two things, maybe two people, and there's a heavy feel with the thought of getting with you physically. And I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but I was going to say playful. The Two of Pentacles can sometimes be playful, but you've got these two cards on either side. So you've got the Ten of Wands here, which is a heavy foot feeling where you feel as if something's weighing you down, and the Hangman here. There's a lot of watching and waiting, which goes with your cards up here, but not, there's something, it's all in their head. For some reason, I don't think this person can get closer to you, and is just having to fantasize about you. They see you as somebody very attractive in the way that you just get stuck into life. You're not somebody who does a lot of thinking yourself. You basically look as if you enjoy every day, and they find that very attractive. They know that you have a lot of people around you. You seem to be almost like the life and sort of the party, somebody that enjoys getting things started, and they seem slightly more reserved than you. A strong fantasizing, a strong sexual pull. I'm picking up distance, but I'm also picking up that the sexual I didn't mean this to be a sexual pile, but the sexual draw towards you is causing them concern because I have the feeling that they can't either get close to you, or there's somebody in the way, or there's just something between both of you that is just keeping it in their head. I'm just wondering if there's somebody, another man involved, or there are children involved, or whether you're already in a relationship. Because if it's not that, it's generally just saying that they're, because you've got the King of Cups here to sort of try and give me a little bit more insight into why there's a lot of sexual fantasizing, but not a lot of movement forward. And I wonder, either you've got somebody around you, a man already around you, and you've got children, or they haven't had the chance to show you what they feel, because the Sun is like clarity, showing what you feel. It's like being very open. And this man, the King of Cups, is somebody who's quite in charge of their feelings, quite mature. And so if this is him, because you've got the Knight of Cups here, he's quite at ease with expressing what he feels for you, but maybe he just hasn't had the chance. I don't know, because that part is causing a little bit of concern, as I don't understand why it seems stilted. So there's two possibilities there, and I don't know whether one of them fits or not. I wonder whether you two work together. There's some financial connection, or either you work together and you'll both admire each other because you're both hardworking, or you both recognise that in each other. And I just get the general feeling here that either you work with children, or you work outdoors, or you work by the water, or I'm just thinking surfing, gardening, outdoors, just generally just work together, or that's something you admire in each other, and that's what binds you together. There could possibly be a financial work connection here. Oh, okay, I'll explain what you've got. The Eight of Pentacles, which is basically when two people work together, and you've got the Four of Pentacles, which can actually be quite a closed off card. It's almost like saving or not showing your feelings, but to me, in this sense here, what binds you two together is another work card. But you've also got the Sun card here, which tells me, or makes me think, that either you work outdoors, or you work with children, or you work in some situation that makes things clear or open. I'm thinking more outdoors or children here. If that's not the case, if there isn't a work bond there between you, there possibly could a link between your children in some way, or they work with your children. Or you make things easier for them in work, or vice versa. You make things clear for them. Perhaps you go in and, I don't know. But the bond between you here, I'm thinking, is either financial or work based. I think this person wants the relationship to move forward. I think they may be hiding their feelings slightly from you, but I do sense there's a lot of passion here. Obviously, there's a lot of fantasizing, and there's a lot of sexual sort of undercurrents. I do feel that they want to move forward, and I think that this will probably, if you're not aware of this already, they will probably be coming towards you and making this more obvious. There's still some sort of work. I'm thinking there's some sort of work bond here. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Or finances are involved some way. No work. Okay, I'm going to sum this up to see what I've picked up and put it all together. How do they view their connection with you? This person's coming across as very loving, but the energy is slightly more subdued compared to yours. There's almost a feeling of defensiveness and a feeling of doing something quite sneaky. So I wonder whether you are already in a relationship or one of you. You're coming across to them as being sociable and fiery but stable. They see you as being very dramatic, somebody who enjoys life and somebody who likes life to be large, likes to have fun, likes to play. Their thoughts about you, I'm feeling distance, I'm feeling a lot of love, I'm feeling a real strong connection there. On the mental level, they feel connected to you. Either there's distance there, they may work abroad, or there may be some sort of foreign connection, or your relationship possibly could have ended and picking up again. But I do sense some sort of distance. The person's fantasizing about you. There's a lot of wishing and sexual fantasy and just the need to work towards you. I do think, though, the sexual undercurrents and their thoughts towards you are very sexual, but I feel as if it causes this person some sort of turmoil as they can't actually get physically close to you. And I also as well sensed a sort of work bond, a bond with children, or if it's not that, it's some sort of need for clarity with finances. It can go either way, because if there's more than one person watching, it could be just take what resonates with you. But I do feel this person really wants to work towards you. They are hiding their feelings slightly because I think you're coming across as more dominant, more confident. Their feelings are there, but they're almost as if they've overdone themselves with the fantasizing, the sexual fantasies, that they are probably a little bit more stilted and overthought the situation to get closer to you. There's a work bond and there's some sort of heartache. There's something going on behind the scenes in this one, ever so slightly, as if something's stopping the movement. There may be 3 people involved because of these cards here, or children. They're almost keeping it at a level where it's thought about, fantasized a lot about, but not moving forward as much as it should be. They do see you as being very exciting, dramatic, assertive and sexual, which seems strange that the bond between you could be financial or work or children. Okay, I'm not so sure about that last bit. Anyway, pile number 1. I hope that makes sense. I've just read it the best way I possibly can. But that's what I'm getting. Let me know if any of that rings true in any way, shape or form. And thank you very much for watching. Okay, Higher, high bar number 2. Moon in Gemini, Jupiter in Cancer. Moon in Gemini. So they may possibly be seeing you as somebody who is you may either work in something like journalism, you maybe just read a lot, you could be very good with words, and you may actually talk a lot. Moon in Gemini often do a lot of talking. Jupiter in Cancer, it's got speculation here, but I'm also wondering, Jupiter's quite an expansive planet. In Cancer, I would think you could be very good at making a home, you could be very good at nurturing people, you could be very giving, very kind. Just thoughts on these two cards at the side before we start. So let's get going. Okay, this person's coming over straight away as being in emotional turmoil, almost. Just very confused, doesn't know whether to go backwards or forwards, doesn't know what they can offer, whether it will be accepted or whether it's been asked for. And there's this feeling of almost slight heartbreaka, sort of contradictory. Confusion, upset, and almost emotionally keeping their cards close to their chest. Let's keep going and see how this pans out. Okay, you are coming across as two things here. You are coming across as the girl who has everything. You're probably very open with people. You're probably very nurturing. You may work in some sort of caring or social work. You're just maybe just very creative or just very good at making your own home. You're emotionally very giving, very balanced. You could give to people very easily, and they may see you as being somebody who is just everybody finds attractive. There's a Page of Wands here as two. So either you are very good at starting off new things. You probably got a little bit of fire inside you. This is how they're viewing you. Now, the other way this can go is that you possibly could be married with children. So that's two ways, either way. It could be either. And I'll tell you why. Because you've got the Queen of Cups here, which is basically somebody quite mature in their emotions. They're normally very giving and very loving and very confident. You've got the Three of Cups here, which shows how they see you. It's somebody who is either, once again, very balanced in their emotions, enjoys partying, is very sociable, loves to have people around them, is very open to social contact, and gives a lot of themselves, basically. The Page of Wands is almost a bit more fire in there, which you're probably very fun to be with, very exciting. You like starting new things. You could be studying. If it's not that, it's basically because you've got the Three of Cups here, and you've got a sort of a card of a mature woman. Mature doesn't have to be age. It's basically where you are in life. And the Page of Wands, you could be married. You could be married with kids. And they're coming across as somebody who's heartbroken and keeping their feelings to themselves because they're confused. So I don't know whether either you're in a relationship and they don't know what they can offer you, or they see you as extremely attractive and lots of people around you who also find you attractive and they're not sure what they can offer you. You've got speculation here as well with this Jupiter in Cancer. So I wonder whether they're thinking about things with you, but they're not sure where they can go with it. I need to get more cards out to see possibly where you are at the moment and where the relationship is. Okay, this person, I don't think, is being almost defensive and blocked off. I don't think. So this is what the question was. How do they view you in this connection? I almost feel like they think they can't get to you. There's almost a defensive feeling. There's too many people involved. There's a bit of like fighting energy, sort of conflict, and them just watching and waiting. If there is somebody else involved in this relationship and it's on your side, as if you have a couple of people around you interested, they feel as if it could backfire on them if they came towards you. Okay, Their feelings for you are also slightly mixed, as in they have this sort of passion for you as they want to make contact. It's like a passionate, fast-moving feeling, and they want to communicate with you. They want to get things moving with you. But there's also this sort of it's almost as if they want to. There's a lot of movement in their feelings. They want to move things towards you. Could also be travel, because these two are travel cards. They want to travel to you. They want to communicate with you. They want things to be easier between you. But there's this person that was almost blocked themselves in a sort of feeling that they need to come across as logical. They need to come across as not so emotional in order to win you over. I'm wondering whether you two are together or not, or whether you've split up. There's this general feeling that they want to move towards you, but they need to not overdo the emotion, because there's something that's holding them back a bit. Okay. There's strong sexual pull between you. This person feels as if this is the strongest pile yet, so I do think there's sexual undercurrents here. This person feels as if you are their sexual ideal. There's almost a draw to you, that they think they can make things work for you on that level. I don't know what I'm quite saying there. They think that you are quite content on your own, that you are quite content without the contact with them. I think this person feels slightly hurt, but they also seem to me, although there's confusion here, they seem to have the self-confidence that they can, I'm going to say perform, I don't actually mean perform. I think they see you as a sexual ideal, and I think they think that part of your relationship could be what you were both searching for. I wonder whether they have a lot of confidence in themselves in that way. Whether they've had quite a few partners and feel quite confident, I don't know. But to me, this is the strongest row yet. They feel distant, all over. There's confusion, there's distance, there may be somebody else involved, but there's a sexual attraction there, and they feel that that's the bit that probably connects you at the moment, because they don't feel they can get close to you in other areas. That's what I'm thinking. I'll keep going and see what else comes out. Okay, what actually binds you both together is, I think that up until now, you've both been very open and honest with each other. There's been if you have had a lot of communication up to now, it's been very honest. Neither of you is unsure of where you stand. Actually, no, he may be, or she may be. So what these are the cards I've got for what to you. He's coming up, or she's coming up, whoever you're asking about, as the moon. So there is some confusion there, and it may be to do with somebody else in this situation. But what binds you both together is the sun, and these two are the main cards, Temperance. So you've got the bind that pulls you both together is sort of a childlike, spontaneous, open, truthful relationship or attraction. I mean, it's quite balanced. And it's not just sexual. It's almost got a spiritual element to it. They feel as if there's some sort of connection there that goes a little bit deeper than just sex. And they feel that they want to. I think they think of having sex with you as if that's what will make the connection stronger. They feel a deeper connection with you, and I think that's probably how they're going to bond with you. But I do think that this person, if they aren't quite logical and they aren't quite I'm not getting a hugely passionate, feisty feel from this person. I'm getting somebody who would like to discuss things openly, who wants to know what's happening in the situation and where they stand. They find the thought of there's a strong sexual sort of undercurrent going here, and that's where the attraction lies. But I don't think that's just it. I think there is more from this person, but I think it's there's a blockage there, as if they don't feel they can get closer to you. I have no idea. Sorry, battery just went. There's confusion, there's the inability to get close to each other, but they still want to work on it. Okay, I do think this person, I wonder whether you're separate, because you've got the Ten of Swords here, you've got the Hermit card, and I asked what do they want to end. You've got the Hermit card, and this is a loving man or woman, somebody quite emotionally mature who's on their own or separated from you. So if you are separate, or if you have had some sort of showdown, which is very possible with this pile, this person wants to work towards you. They, how they see the relationship is a strong sexual bond that they want to make into something a bit deeper. But there's something, an argument or another person possibly, that's almost in the way, and I think may have played a part in the past of keeping you slightly separate. But this person is prepared to put the effort in. They don't want to, they want to be with you. Sorry, they do want to be with you, they don't want to be on their own. Okay, pile number 2. I hope that helps. I'm sorry, I'm looking at your cards. Yeah, this person is almost stilted, as if they just can't get to you. I'm wondering whether you've got you're married with children. Possible, I don't know. Possible, but if not, if you're not married, it's basically they see you as just somebody very open and maybe a little bit out of their depth, emotionally out of their depth. You may come across as quite emotionally mature. Right, okay, thank you again. Pile number 2. Get these cards that way up here. Hi, pile number 3. How do they view this connection? Let me see. Oops. What on earth does that even mean? Ostentation. Okay, right, I know, yes, I know. Hey, that's a strange connection. Your card's coming up for, this is basically, I thought I'd put these aside to see how they view you. You've got ostentation, which I'm the same as I'm assuming is ostentatious. So it's somebody who basically loves a bit of show and drama on the outside, but you've also got independence. So you could be somebody, you've got moon in Aquarius, you could have Aquarius energy, but you might be quite showy with it, which is not an Aquarian trait. You may be a little bit more, a little bit glitz and glam, a little bit of drama. They may view you as being like this. I'm not saying you are, but you could very possibly have Aquarius in your chart quite prominent, or moon sign, or your mother may possibly have Aquarian traits. Let's carry on and see if it all fits in together. Okay, their energy is coming up as very strongly. Something has, is that strongly? Is that such a word? Something has happened between you. You've got the Tower card where this person has built all their ideas or even a physical reality, and it's been torn down. You've got the Four of Cups here as well, which is the little frog in the cup. The water's being poured on him, but he hasn't even noticed. He's cut off to emotions. He's not offering his. He's not accepting anybody's. And you've got the Hermit here again. So this person in this relationship, the Hermit is cut off. He's on his own. He's meditating. He's not involved in life. This person's put his feelers out into life, doing something, trying to make something, and it's basically he's had his fingers burnt. Something has fallen to pieces that he didn't expect or she didn't expect, and at the moment you can do what you want. I'm just going to sit in this water and I'm going to do nothing. I'm cut off, I'm sitting there, and I'm just thinking about my next move. I'm going to recalibrate, and then I'm going to work on it when I fancy it. Independence here is coming through, but it might not even be you. Let me see. Oh my good heavens, you on the other hand, this pile here may not be to do with you, or either that or you're being really naughty. You on the other hand are coming up as Six of Cups is normally a card of people who feel a connection emotionally. It's like a past connection. It's feeling at ease with themselves like children. As you can see here, these two kids are just like in the summer lying in the water enjoying themselves. So you are coming across as somebody who's either on holiday or just really happy with yourself and not asked about them. You could be celebrating, you could be out partying, you know, this is how they are viewing you, but they're also viewing you as somebody who's quite feisty. You may have had some conflict with this person. So how they're seeing you at the moment is somebody who is basically getting on with your life and having a lot of fun. You could be abroad, you could just be outside relaxing, you are just generally with people who make you feel comfortable, but they've also got this feeling that you have either had conflict with them or you're quite prepared to have some if need be. You're coming across as really happy with yourself. They're not. Okay, let's keep going. How do they view this connection? Okay, their thoughts about you is they think that you are perfect, and as in the perfect person that they would possibly want to spend their time with. You're the type of person that somebody, you know, there's like an emotional connection there to you. The Ten of Cups, it's their thoughts for you. So these aren't feelings. So these are just basically how they think day to day without basically, you know, sort of, you know, like passionate feelings or anything. They see you as an ideal emotional fulfillment, as in they something they could work towards, as in like I'm saying married, I don't actually mean getting married, but you to them are marriage material, somebody they could spend a lot of time with. They feel it as if they would need to work towards you, and there's a lot of work that would need to be put in. They also see you as, once again, I'm almost getting this feeling that they feel that you're very happy on your own. I get that feeling strongly from this pile that this person thinks that you are extremely happy on your own. Okay, their feelings for you are strong. They have, you've got the Ace of Wands, just do it. Basically, this person wants to move towards you, wants to move fast and make big gestures towards you. It's a very sexual card, it's very passionate, and it's a lot of movement involved. You've got that combined with the Nine of Cups, and that's like emotional contentment. It's basically a feeling of self-satisfied, I wonder if this person knows that you like them in some way. No, I'm not getting that. So I'm just seeing somebody they're really attracted to, and that you just basically, Nine of Cups is self-satisfied. I still think that they think you are very happy on your own. They're confused. You've got the Moon card here. There's confusion. It's just nothing is making sense. It's all, there's blurry lines. Nothing is really coming together. Yeah, I think you've got independence here. You're coming across, I wonder if you come across as quite well dressed, quite rich, well to do, because you've got, I'm going to have to put these down, I've got too much to say. You've got ostentation here, which I don't actually know that word. I would say ostentatious. And independence. And then you've got the Nine of Pentacles here, which is a woman who's extremely happy in herself and on her own. There's another card as well. Nine of Cups, self-satisfied. This person thinks that you don't need them. They think that you come across as being very well dressed and very attractive, but not needing anybody else. And this is confusing them. There's a passionate feel towards you. They feel as if they want to move towards you, and it's quite a sexual sort of. I'm going to say innuendo then. I'm watching too much Carry On films. I feel there's, but they feel that the confusion is that you seem really happy on your own. Right. Okay, now these are really interesting cards. You've got sexual attraction here, and you have got this person. I think this person that's either not with you, or they feel that you are out of their league. I don't get the feeling that you're together, or that you would somehow refuse them because they don't think you need anybody. So for your sexual attraction, you've got the King of Swords, and I don't know if that's Che Guevara or whatever his name is, because it looks like him. I don't know. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's a hugely sexual pile. It's not often, the King of Swords is not sexual. He's somebody who's very controlled and very logical and would only... No, I don't want to go down that street. I don't want to talk about sex and Che Guevara. But you've got the Five of Swords here, which sort of links in with the other pile here, that they feel sexually that they would be beaten. Not physically beaten, but that they can't get close to you because of their self-esteem, or there's just no chance. And here you've got the Two of Swords here, these two birds trying to get together, and it's broken in the middle. They feel that they can't get to you, and it's making them sexually feel quite cool because they think there's no point. There's no point in even thinking about sex with you. I don't know if this means true. I don't know whether you're together or not, whether that's just the general feel that they have very low self-esteem, or you can't physically get to each other. So why does bind you together? I think the pull between the pair of you is the fact that both of you feel that the other one has a lot to give emotionally. There's a recognition in each other that you are probably quite open-hearted, both of you, that you both are quite calm and kind and sympathetic, and you've recognised that in each other, and that's where the thought or where the bond is with you. It's almost like a thought of a love relationship, that you're both quite similar in that way. But I wanted to be together as well, because you've got the Seven of Swords, and this is the snake here. This is a third pile. I don't want to say the same thing for every pile, but the Seven of Swords here, and the fact that they're just, it's almost if they can't get close to you, whether that to get close to you they'd have to be deceitful in some way. Or both of you would have, because this is what binds you together, and there's like a mature emotional connection. You're very good at communicating with each other, or your ideas are very similar, the way that you look at life is very similar. But there's also I don't know what the Seven of Swords means here. Seven of Swords is normally a card of taking something unfairly, it's deceit. So how can that bind you two together? I don't know. Maybe you're both independent. Oh my God, you've got two of the nicest cards here in the packs. This still makes no sense to me. So please help me out if this makes any sense to you. The question was, as I was going down, I was trying to look at what binds you both together. So you've got the Seven of Swords, which is the snake. It's deceit. It's taking something unfairly. It's taking something from somebody else. You've got the Two of Cups here, which is one of the nicest. These two are the best cards in the pack, in my opinion. It's a mutual exchange of emotions. There's passion there. There's love there. There's recognition that you both feel the same. The Sun card is almost trumps that in a way. Is that it's truth, it's openness, it's childlike qualities. It's the 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 truth, it's So trying to put this together. What binds you? Your mature, emotional attitudes to each other, your honesty, your ability to communicate. But deceit, relationship, children. I'm not going to say again, because I said it in the last two parts, and I don't believe that everybody is married with kids watching this, but that could be part of it. If it's not, what binds you two together? Seven of Swords. Okay. What this possibly could be, what binds you two together, is your openness and honesty with each other. Yeah, that could be it. And I wonder in the past whether you've had relationships, or one or both of you had relationships where you haven't been honest, and that could be it, where you've both been in situations before where the other person has not been open or honest, and this relationship is that, I don't even know where this relationship is at the moment, because you possibly could be just not together, but what is the bind between you is it could be deceit in the past, because there's like open honesty and an exchange of feelings here. You are both, what binds you is an emotional maturity. There's the feeling of love, and not afraid to show it. And then you've got the Ace of Swords, which is the beginning of normally a mental connection or an idea, or how you communicate. Right, I'm going to leave that there, because I can't guess exactly what's happening with each person, but I don't know. Please let me know in the comments section if any of that does resonate whatsoever. To this bit here. Right, well, this person wants more from you. Where they want the relationship to go is that they are prepared to take a risk to come towards you, which possibly the word risk could actually come up with, the fact that they here are represented as the Tower, not doing anything and thinking and basically recalibrating here. You're coming across as being really independent, fun-loving and really happy with yourself. And there's some risk involved where they feel it may be a little bit larger than what they're used to, but they want to be with you. They want to take some sort of risk to you. Where do they want this to go? Where they want this to go, you've got the Fool card here. This boy or man here is sat in a boat. It's dark, it's nighttime, he's surrounded by sharks. He doesn't care. He wants to move forward with you. You've got the World card here, which basically sums up experiences in the past. It's a bit like a karmic feel almost. It takes all your different energies, pulls them together. And then you've got the Queen of Cups. So that is once again that emotional connection. You've got the King of Cups in the pile behind. We've got binds you. So there's obviously a lot of love there. There's a lot of, a lot of emotional feelings, which are quite mature. It's not like playing with each other. There's no games being played. This person's been hurt, but I don't even know why. I'm pretending to think from these three cards here, it may be something in the past between, both of you, not necessarily in the same relationship. So there could possibly be past hurt here. Okay, so to sum this up, how do they view this connection? They feel that you're out of their league, that you're not interested in them, that you don't care, that you're one cool person who's very in charge of themselves and enjoying life. They definitely want a connection with you, and I don't know whether you are both sort of nursing past hurts, But they want an emotional connection with you. What was the sexual bit? That was quite interesting. Yeah. This person makes me feel that they view the connection as they're not quite ready to move with it because of past hurts. They feel as if they move towards you because I think the hurt's on their part because you're coming across as independent, happy, that they need to be in the place to move towards you because they feel that you could possibly knock them back at the moment, because they wouldn't want to do that to you because you are generally coming across as quite a content, cool man or woman. Okay, pile number 3. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Please let me know, especially with these cards in the middle, if any of that did actually ring true. And I would be really interested to know whether this person is hurt or has been hurt, because they seem, I haven't got any protective cards here which normally come up, but they do feel as if they're just dipping toes in through something that's happened. The start of the Tower card is normally quite telling, and that's you at the moment. Right, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you again.